Hey guys, yeah, I know it's kind of surprising the days after I did the first channel update. I'm doing a minor channel update, if you will, but I just wanted to come on here and let you know that this morning you will be seeing a new kind of video series that I'm gonna try to do, and it's something that, as I say in the description of that video and another video that's upcoming, I have to give a shout out to just Alex Hicks, formerly Deluxe Man, here on YouTube, also known as Alex's World on Facebook, and just Alex Central on Twitter. And the reason I give him a shout out in the description and here is because he basically gave me and others the idea to try something like this. You see, what Alex does, and I know he's not alone in doing it, but he's one of the more notable ones to do it. What Alex does basically is occasionally he will do these parody skits called What Corporate Wants versus What Fans Want. And what he does is he portrays two to maybe three, maybe at most four characters, and what these characters represent are different aspects of wrestling. For example, he would, like, one of his more recent ones before the one he just put out this week or yesterday. One of the more recent ones he did over the past several months had him portray, himself to an extent, but under a different name, and a corporate stooge by the name of Mike, who was always like the main character, of the series, of the parody series. And basically, Mike and the character that Alex would play, basically, himself in a sense, would go back and forth on the phone about what fans would want and what corporate wants. Alex, like I say, playing a character close to himself, representing what fans would rather see, and then Mike being the corporate stooge, playing someone that sides with the corporation and says, "Oh, that's cool and everything, but this, I just need ideas to kind of play off of and everything to please the big bosses," kind of deal. In other words, get ideas from the fan and then twist it into their own. So it resembles some kind of resemblance to what fans want. Now, here's what's interesting though. His most recent one that he did was on the Royal Rumble, and stating basically who fans would rather see win the Rumble matches compared to who corporate wants. And what was interesting was the ending. Because you see, in the past year, one of the things that got a lot of fans kind of upset with WWE to an extent was the release of over 80 stars, 80 men and women from the roster, not including, corporate staff and all that either. And this got, a lot of people talking, wondering what's going on. And the twist at the end of this video, bit of spoilers, of this parody, if you will, is that corporate Mike basically got set up. He was asked to come in to give his ideas, suggestions as to who's to win the Rumble. And, as soon as he brings up a name that obviously, is kind of somebody that corporate wants to focus on, that's when the twist comes in. When he asks, "Well, why did you want me here?" And then all of a sudden, like I said, that's when the twist comes in, and the video ends with it saying corporate Mike has been released by WWE due to budget cuts. In other words, what the parody skit was sending the message of is, it don't matter who you are, to the WWE. That if you've pretty much, become devalued in their minds. I sorry for the pause there. I was thinking about what I was going to say. If you become devalued in their minds, if you will, then you're no longer needed. And I'll say this about these skits. I do recommend you guys check them out. But the reason I'm bringing this up basically is because the video you will see this morning is inspired by that. And it's the first of two I'm trying. It's something I'm trying a little bit, differently. Like I said, it's something I'm trying a little bit differently. But unlike Alex, although I might do this over time, he basically puts together a little bit of a script to kind of give an idea of what he wants to do. Me, as you know, I'm more of a fly off the seat of your pants, unscripted kind of guy. Just go with the flow and you see what happens. And in the video you will see this morning, as well as what you'll see another one later on, that's kind of what I do. And the one you're going to see later this morning will be a video talking about how fans of Sparity, are talking about how the whole Spike and Rarity ship is now being more recognized or something like that. And it's actually something that I'm kind of proud of doing, even for, on the fly, first attempt, if you will, because literally I did it on the fly, like literally just boom, decided, okay, I'm going to do it. Let's go from there, be done with it. And that's what I did. And, I think I kind of did a good job. But yeah, it's a bit of a parody skit, a very respectful, loving parody skit, mind you. Not to make fun of it or anything, but it's a very loving parody skit, if you will, of, how fans feel about, like I said, the Spike and Rarity ship finally getting recognition, even after the series, at the end of the animated series, and even after G4 pretty much is now looking down and guiding G5, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Pretty much what you're going to see with this video. Again, it's not to mock or anything like that. It's kind of like if you were having a discussion with a fellow fan, and being like, man, can you believe it's taken so long? And oh, look at this. This is proof here that so and so even thinks highly of it and stuff like that. That's kind of an idea of what you'll get here, in my opinion. Now, there is another one I plan to do, and it does have to be, a little bit of a reply, if you will. It does tie into what Alex did with his recent video of what corporate want versus fans want. I guess you could say it's a bit of my own extension, to that video. Long story short, it's going to be something that kind of ties into any job when they find out someone's been let go. It's kind of a reactionary deal, but there's more to it. So be on the lookout for that later on today. Also, just to let you know that Tuesdays might be, a day I get to do a lot more unless I'm working. Just a bit of information. I do have a job interview tomorrow with Rite Aid. And if I get it, even though it's part-time, things might change a little bit, maybe not. But even if they don't, hey, Tuesdays right now will seem like the best, opportunity for the time being to do, get a lot of videos on this channel due to the fact that my mom is going to Bible study at the end of the day at the end of work. She goes to Bible study and then comes home. But I just wanted to come on here, let you know what's going on. I know this went a little longer than just a normal, quick, update, if you will. But yeah, it's basically a secondary, quick update, or kind of quick update, if you will, on what's happening with the channel. Again, I still plan to do PMVs and AMVs and fan vids, despite whether or not I can make revenue off it, once a month or once every few months, as I mentioned. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know what's happening and everything, and that's about it. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Check out the Teespring store. Check me out at BW Rose's Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. And also, if you're listening to the podcast on Anchor.fm, listener support is activated if you want to help support me there. And if you're listening to the podcast on various podcast affiliates except for Pandora, and they have video podcasting enabled, you can also watch 2 different versions of the podcast, the audio and the video. And also, guys, I'm close to 300, to be on the lookout for that. Podcast, it is. And also check me out at BW Roses on VENMO. Also check me out at patreon.com/BW Roses to support me with a $1, $3 tier. I might be on the verge of doing a $5 tier, which could be a Q&A. And I might do something to kind of give you an idea of, what you can be in store for if that does happen. Also, check me out at Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2. So until next time, guys, just thought I'd do this little update, secondary update, quick update, whatever you want to call it, and I'll talk to you all later.